let me tell you how much you're going to make as a healthcare assistant in the UK, how much you're going to spend, and how much definitely you're going to save. So what we need to know, or what we need to understand first, is who is a healthcare assistant. So a healthcare assistant or a care assistant is someone who helps the nurses and the doctors, but mostly the nurses in the hospitals, to generally help with tasks that are allocated to them. They are not qualified nurses, but from a healthcare assistant, you can do a diploma to go towards you being a certified nurse. And the basic or minimum pay of a healthcare assistant in the UK is £20,000. Definitely, when you hear of things like £20,000, that means it is annual pay. It is a yearly pay. So with £20,000 as annual pay, remember their taxes, their social insurances that are deducted out of the 20,000. So you are left with around £1,500 per month. So in this example, what I'm going to do, we are going to do calculations based on you coming here as a single person. Because with 1,500 per month, there is no way you're going to survive in the UK as a family with just a one household income of £1,500 per month. It is impossible. Let no one lie to you. It is not possible. You cannot even survive here with £1,500 with a child. Not possible. So you, with a £1,500 pay, you first have to come, if your family, you have to come alone and figure out a way of how to bring your dependents, that is if you have a family back at home. So let's get into it. And I have my calculator with me, so I want us to do math and just know the statistics around and the demographics around you spending £1,500 per month. So with £1,500 per month, we have definitely rent, we have utilities, which is internet, electricity, and water bills. So let us take worst case scenario. Let us assume you're living in the neighborhoods that are not very costly, and you can find a house that is worth around £400. Could be a bedsitter, could be a one bedroom, could be a shared apartment. If we work with 400 rent a month, you less that out of the £1,500, you're left with £1,100 a month. With £1,100 per month, let's now deduct the utilities. We have internet, which is around £30 per month. We have water and electricity that comes to around £70 per month, could be clocked between 70 to 100, depending on the use. But remember, most of the time you're out of the house, so you're not going to spend a lot on electricity, a lot on gas. That is if you have a household that uses gas cookers, and you're not going to spend also a lot on water. So if we make it the 70 for water and electricity and 30 for the internet, that is 100. So that makes it 1,100. Rent the utility less the utilities, that brings it to £1,000. So on this £1,000, let's go further and calculate or deduct the food. Remember, food here is a bit expensive, but you cannot be a single person and spend more than £200. Worst case scenario, I've put £200, and just me making the person a heavy spender, because as a single person you can live and survive to with 150, but worst case scenario, let us use £200 for food. So of the 1,000 that you're left with, deduct £200, you're left with £800. With £800, let us also deduct the black tax. Remember, we come from families back at home where you need maybe to pay school fees for your siblings, to send money back home to, for example, your in-laws, your spouse, the school fees back at home you're paying for children and whatnot. I'll call that black tax. Yes, or just sending money back at home, but in this case I'll use black tax. So with black tax, let us allocate £100. And remember, this is not minimal money, because if you convert that right now, the conversion rate of pound to Kenya shillings, I'll use Kenya shillings, is around 163. Let us use 160. £100, you multiply by 167 or 160, it is around 16,000 per month. That is not less money, that is not small money. Remember, people are working for this money, and here people are paid per hour. So that is someone who has worked around 3 or 4 hours a day so that they can be able to send that money back home. So we were at 800. If you send back home £100 per month, you're left with £700. Remember, we are doing this calculation to ask ourselves, or to be able to answer the question, is it worth making that move as a healthcare assistant from your home country to come here to the UK? So with £700 that you're left with, let us go further and deduct transport. Let us put and locate. Remember, I said you have to live further out of, if you're in London or if you're in these major cities, you have to live further out of town so that you can get a cheaper house. Let us allocate 100 more for transport. So with 700, you less 100 more, you're left with £600. With £600, we have not even actually put miscellaneous. These are things that maybe there's sometimes you need to add something more back home. There's an event that your friends have invited you to for, you want to go for leisure activities and whatnot. Worst case scenario, if we are at 600, remember, if you send or if you allocate 100 more for miscellaneous, you're left with 500. So this 500 is potentially how much you can save. For me, the rule I live by, before I send any money out there, before I just engage myself into black tax and any contribution that I have to make in any WhatsApp group that I'm in, I have to pay myself first. So for me, what works for me is once my salary hits my account, I have to pay myself first, which in most cases I equate my pay to my savings. So for me, before, even for us, we live as a family, so we split the bills. So once the money gets into my account, I make sure that my savings hit my savings account first before any other bill that I'm supposed to pay in the house. But anyway, people do things differently. So let us assume this 500 is the one that you're saving. In Kenya shillings, just as I said, £500, if you multiply it by, let us use the rate of 160 as it is right now. If you multiply it by 160, you have 80,000 Kenya shillings to save every month. Remember, this might go up, very way possible and very much possible, because as an healthcare assistant, you can take extra shifts so that you make more money. But if you're working the normal 40 hours per week, just like any other person, or just like a normal career person, you're going to comfortably save 80,000 with the breakdown I've given you below. The crucial question you need to ask yourself is, are you comfortable, or can you comfortably save 80,000 Kenya shillings back at home? Leave alone even in Kenya shillings. With £500 back in your home country, can you save £500? Can you? If you can save that comfortably, please, there's no need of coming here. You're way better in your home country. Remember, there's also a lot of benefits that come with you staying near to family and friends and relatives, and a country where you were born and bred. But if you cannot save that much, I'll say make the big move. Make the big move. Remember, I've said you can work extra shifts, you can make more, and actually people are even pocketing more than 200,000 savings a month just being healthcare assistants. So that is all I had to share, and that is what I wanted to share. In another video, I will be giving you guys websites that are general and other specific, where you can find these jobs online, and mostly with visa sponsorships. In that video, I will break it down to two, most probably the general websites, and in another video, the specific websites. This was a very short video, but I just wanted to give you a breakdown of how much healthcare assistants are making here. Without much to add on, I hope you've really enjoyed the video. Remember to subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, and share this content. Thank you so much for being here, and until next time, bye.